Listen, you can have $1 billion brand with $3 in the bank.
I've been there.
People give up on a brands and a business too soon because they don't have the money and the revenue that they was expecting to have because that became the focus.
Bring your energy. This brand is truly for us.
Man, we back like we never left.
Yeah, because we ain't never left.
We ain't never left, man. We ain't going nowhere, man.
Let's go. Where we at, though?
Well,
Yo, this is it. This is the first one, man. This is the number one, man. Welcome to
Black Bread, yeah.
the Black Bread Show, powered by Black Bread University. This is a show where you're going to learn about entrepreneurship, family, faith, a whole bunch of jewels and different things like that. Just kind of to help you guide you through that next phase of life in entrepreneurship.
Let's get to it.
Yo, man, excited to be here, man.
Very
Go
excited.
ahead,
I was
introduce
gonna
yourself,
say,
man.
who are we, man? Who
Who
are
are
we?
you?
This is the first episode, like you said, Black Bread University has brought us here.
Yeah.
Black Bread Co. originally. Glad to be here. I'm Jamel Lewis. I'll be one of the co-hosts on this excellent journey that we are beginning now. But it's been a long time coming, I would say.
Hey, long time.
Yeah, but very glad to be here.
Nah, for sure.
Glad to be here with the one and only, the best there is. Go for it, bro.
Man, my brother, I appreciate you, man. My name is Mark Edmond, a.k.a. Mark V Success. Just excited, man. You know, first show, man, co-hosting with the famous Jamel Michael Lewis.
Let's get it.
You know, so we live.
All the way, live and direct. So, again, let's just go get to it, man. Let's dive right in.
Let's do it.
So glad everybody could be here with us, everybody that's watching. We endeavor to be worldwide, nationwide, listeners everywhere. So if you're watching this, wherever you're watching it from, we're glad that you are coming along with us on this journey. And
Facts.
we're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of learning, a lot of education. We're going to learn together. We're going to grow together, and we're going to build together. So that's why we're here. So that's what Black Bread University represents, learning, growing, and building together. So,
man, that's love, man. You know, and I guess that just kicked me into, like, the first question, man, that's on my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being this is our first episode, if you will, first season, you know, I would like to talk about mindset. You know, I feel like mindset is the number one thing that, you know, you have to have before you get into any business, before you could be an entrepreneur. You know, while you thinking about it, while you trying to wrap your mind around it, one of the first things you have to focus on is your mindset, changing your mindset. I just kind of want to talk and see, like, what's some things about your mindset. You know, how do you change your mindset? Where's your mindset is, you know, currently, you know, and things like that.
Right. You know what? I think there are things you got to start by even just understanding your mind, understanding who you are, and asking yourselves those questions. So for me, who am I? When I look at my life, let's just say for right now, as of right now, the first thing I am is I would consider myself to be a loving person. That's why I aspire.
Nice, okay.
That's who I aspire to be.
I can see that.
So when I look at my life, I want to represent love.
Yeah.
So how do I represent love? I think on things that represent love. I think on things that are love. For me, God is love.
God is love.
So that's my core. My mindset
for sure.
begins with love. My mindset begins with God. How do I begin with God? How do I begin with that mindset? To me, it starts in the morning. It's a meditation. It's you know, before I do anything. You know, you ever wake up and you just be like, you open your phone, and this is me speaking for myself, bro. You open your phone, and it's like, I think about what was I working on before I went to bed last night.
Right, exactly.
Let me go open my email. Let me go check my email.
Yeah,
for
sure.
But when I think of mindset, it's like, you know what?
You gotta take that time.
I gotta take the time and put the things in the right place. So if I want to be a person that represents love, if I want to be a person that lives a life like that, a lifestyle like that, then that should be the first thing that I think about.
I love that.
When I wake up, that should be the first thing I meditate on in the morning.
That.
So instead of that, let me open the Bible app, or let me open, you know what I mean, anything that's motivational that I might be.
Hey, bro, and I definitely appreciate those Bible scriptures you be sending me every morning.
Back and forth. Back and forth. I got a couple other homies. Back and forth.
Hey, man, I appreciate those too.
And when I need it, I get it from you. Same way.
Right.
So
for sure.
But
that's major, bro. That's a big key. Because even with that, like, I had to slow down with myself as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got 3 young kids, so my mornings be cracking. You know, like from the moment I wake up, you know, getting kids ready for school, you know, packing lunches, you know, everybody showered, brush their teeth properly, right?
Gotta watch them kids.
Exactly, gotta watch them kids, man. You know, make sure that they look presentable, that they're prepared for their day. You know, make sure they have some type of breakfast. And, you know, the wife, she's up, she's getting ready, you know what I'm saying, for her day.
Right.
So for me, it really took a long time for me to kind of really figure out that balance where I need to wake up, you know, even an hour before everybody.
Right.
You know, so I try to wake up an hour ahead of time, you know, so I can have me time, you know, and me time is God time, to your point, you know, where I would pray, where I kind of get my mind right for the, you know, for the remainder of the day, you know, things of that nature. And it's been a game changer for me.
So starting the day,
Yeah.
can have a positive effect on your mindset.
Oh, 100%. It's like imagine getting out to bed and you stump your toe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like your day can kind of follow that whole scenario, right? You could just have a bad day. But if you get out the bed and the first thing that you think about is being grateful, God, you know, praying, you know, thinking about others, you know, this is my time. I pray for other people, you know, and really grounding myself in my thoughts, and kind of really, there's also that time I can take and say, what do I want to accomplish today? You know, these are goals that I'm going to take care of today personally. You know, I'm not waiting on, you know, one of my business partners to do it. I'm not waiting on, you know, my wife to do it. I'm not waiting on, you know, anybody else to do it. It's something that I want to do.
Right.
You know, and I get those thoughts out, and then by the time I come to that completion of my hour, you know, then the day begins, you know, and even with the kids, everything start organized and start flowing a lot quicker and better.
Nice.
Sure.
So we getting up an hour early. Yeah.
Hour early, man, at least.
You know what? To me, your internal clock starts to catch that time too.
Oh, yeah, it's automatic now at this point.
For me, it was like, okay, shout out to Chase.
Yeah.
My son.
Yeah, shout out to my godson.
He just turned, of course, he just made 6 months yesterday. He was the clock for a while. The first 3 months, he was the clock. And like you say, by me getting up in the 5 o'clock hour, my wife, of course, more than me, but me getting up in that 5 o'clock hour, now that the boys are waking up at 6 and 7 in the morning, I'm still getting up at that 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm still wired to that. And it does help begin to get that, you know, just to get your mind right and get focused. Because my thing is now it's like, even that, it's difficult to balance or even manage to the point of, like you said, every day is a new challenge.
It is.
Every day with the schedule. Okay, how do you schedule? How do you even balance out? Okay, I got to get the kids here. My wife is working this day at this place this time. We got things, everything, you know, that shifts on our place. Is like, how do you even, you know, just get to that point of just that place of balance and being in order if you don't start.
Exactly.
You don't start right. So
that's crazy. I mean, and also the mindset is, you know, we talk a lot about the positive because that's what we always want to be. We always want to be on positive, but at the same time, life happens. So you have to prepare yourself for that as well. You know, what could go wrong today? You know, what may go wrong today? Right. What went wrong yesterday that also might have that drag into this day? You know, am I mentally prepared for that? You know, can I mentally handle that right now? Yeah. You know, and I think a lot of times that often get overlooked because you have to prepare yourself mentally to be able to be an entrepreneur. You know, is it a check that you need that you haven't gotten yet?
Right.
You know, how do you manage that? You know, how do you manage your expectations financially? How do you manage your expectations operationally?
Right.
You know, how do you manage your expectations, you know, with the growth, with the marketing, you know, with the management of people, the management of products, the management of online products, digital products.
Right.
You know?
Right, you're trying to scale your business. You're trying to grow. You're trying to maintain what you've already put together.
Exactly,
like you said. But one main thing you just said, something is going to happen.
Oh, something's going to happen for sure.
Every day, something is going to happen. So how do you even just wake up and be prepared?
Manage those
Mind?
expectations. Yeah. I mean, because I think it's key. And I think it's key to realize and understand, like,
Got to.
being an entrepreneur, especially at the very beginning of your business, meaning within the first 10 years, you're going to have days where you don't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
If you have money in your bank account, especially in the first couple of years, I almost guarantee you something is not right.
Right.
You know, because you're not investing enough into your business, right? Mm-hmm. So you're not going to always have that financial comfort that you would have if you had a 9-to-5, you know. And I think a lot of times we don't talk about that often,
right?
You know, because people leave their jobs to jump into this entrepreneurship industry, and then when they get into now they're an entrepreneur, you know, they used to having that check that's now not there. They used to having that consistency that's not there, and it might be a time where you could pay yourself, but then next week or next 2 weeks,
cut it off.
You got to cut that check off.
Yeah.
You know, so how do somebody prepare themselves for that mental, like, mindset of, you know, knowing how to manage your money, or knowing, you know, just having that tough skin to get through difficult times, because those are the times where businesses often fail, because people is not prepared for the money, the not having the money part.
You have to understand that operating a successful business requires sacrifice.
Oh yeah, say that again.
It starts with that. A successful business starts with sacrifice. It starts with the sacrifice. Yes. So to your point, you can get so comfortable and so used to checking that box. I went to work. I clocked in. I was here these amount of hours. Y'all, you ain't finna mess my check up. I know where to go. I'm going to the HR if you mess my check up.
Right.
Okay, you know you can count on that.
Yeah.
But when you jump into entrepreneurship, solopreneurship, whatever the case is, small business operating, you know, ownership, when you step into that arena, the first thing you have to do is sacrifice.
That's facts.
To your point,
that's facts.
You don't even think about getting a check first. At the end of the day, to me, those first 3 years to me require learning from the failures. I know I'm gonna get you started. I'm finna get you started. Look, but learning from the failures. I can think about my experiences in business in those first 3 years being key in terms of even just having faith in that business, knowing that the decisions that are being made, or the data that we get from running certain ads or doing certain campaigns, knowing, okay, this business can count on this. This business leans in on this when things get rough. This business, you know, can operate in this type of space, a physical space, or, you know, we on the shelves over here, so that's cool.
Exactly.
But we got digital over here. This business really is just rocking online, so on and so forth. It's those first 3 years to me that you really just learn what that business is capable of.
Absolutely.
Obviously, what the audience is, who's interested in it, what's your demographic, who are you targeting, who are you reaching, and once you learn those things, you learn what it takes to be profitable.
For sure.
You ain't coming in making money.
You know what? I even say to that, like, one thing I learned for sure is the power of the digital space. Mm-hmm. You know, like, for me personally, I always been a physical product, right? And, as you know.
Right.
And I always was missing, like, something in my businesses, right? It was always something that was like, I can get a little further,
right,
if I did something. Obviously, you know, you got to market, you know, you got to advertise, you know, you got to, you know, and get the word out, right? And a lot of times, first thing, you know, social media, things of that nature. But what I was missing was that physical. I mean, not the physical. I had the physical. I was missing that digital, product. You know, a digital product can really help your game change, as well as having your physical product on a digital platform that you can distribute that physical product to your customers. You know, I had a popcorn brand. I got into stores, you know, we was all over the place doing really well with my younger brother, but we wasn't selling online.
Yeah. And shout out to Sir. Shout out to younger brother.
Shout out to Sir, man.
No
shout
problem.
out, big dog.
Yeah.
You know, so even with that, you know, it goes back to, man, how much further could that brand have went if I would have had an online presence?
You always said Say it. You said it better than me. You said something about trying to get 1 million people to your popcorn shop.
So my whole mindset at the time was I was trying to figure out how can I get 1 million people into my popcorn shop.
Right.
And I thought about this for weeks, man, and I realized it's impossible. I realized 1 million people is not going to come into this location.
Right.
For a lot of different reasons. But one reason is 1 million people don't pass this location in a day. Right? I think at the time, it was around like 35,000 people pass it a day.
Right.
So if you got 35,000 people pass it a day, you get a very small percent of those 35,000 people to walk into your business.
You started talking about foot traffic and all that.
And that's why I learned about foot traffic.
Right.
You know, I was like, yo, you got to have foot traffic because, you know, a lot more, that percentage get larger if people's on foot because they could just walk in. But if they drive, it's like, man, I got to find a parking spot. Yeah. Sometimes you got to pay for parking. You got to, you know, you got people in the car you wasn't expecting to stop.
Hoping it's a drive-through.
Hoping it's a drive-through. Yeah, it's so many elements, and people just getting off work. They tired. So they might not, they'll have to see it like 10 or 15 times, 20 times before they actually just say, let me go up in here. I done told myself 50 times go in here. Yeah. But anyway, so I realized it wasn't possible. So that's when I realized I got to go to the 1 million people. That's when I decided, how do I get my product to 1 million people? And that's when we started going into stores. Right. You know, I started doing research like, yo, this particular, you know, grocery store, just one store had 40, 50,000 people in it a day. Right. So now 40,000 people is walking into the store a day. Foot traffic. Mm-hmm. My product is there. I have a much better chance and opportunity for a larger percentage of that 40,000 people to at least just see the product. Right. Because, you know, a lot of the people don't make any movement on the product until they see it like at least 10 times, right? So at least if they see it, they know it's there, they know it exists, you know, you can start to kind of build that brand and build your customers there because then after a while they'll buy it, taste it, if they enjoy it, which they should, you know, now you got yourself another customer. So that was my mindset of how I even got into going into stores in the first place.
Tangible
products.
You could touch it with your hand. You can put it in the store. Cool. You know what's funny for me? I started out almost probably the opposite of that. Yeah. It was for me. It came from music and marketing. So from that, if you think, you know, what early 2000s, it was okay. Get your music on iTunes. Right. Streaming, you know, came about. So for me, it was that lane starts almost with 1 million people. You got to to really get, you know, to really get attention, or even, you know, especially if we're talking about generating revenue. So for me, it started with, where are the 1 million people already? Yeah, like period. Where are they already? And obviously happened to be the internet.
They online.
So it caught me, that took me right into that digital world of like, even just training my mind to understand and see the digital space as real estate.
Oh my God.
Like I know you got a crazy real estate background.
Once you told me that, you completely changed how I looked at it as well.
I learned to look at it. I learned to look at it that way. Yeah. It is a space. Even now, bro, when you talking cryptocurrency or you talking just the metaverse, all that kind of stuff, it's crazy now. We need to, you know, actually really be on top of that. But I automatically thought, man, 1 million people, where can I get to 1 million people? Exactly. Where can I get there?
You know, and I think that's why, you know, our business, our partnership, you know what I'm saying, always, you know what I'm saying, made sense from the beginning. Right. You know, and what people don't realize is you was in that space for 12 to 15 years. Period. You know, before me and you ever did anything together. Right. And I was in my space for about 12 to 15 years, you know, before anything ever happened.
I don't think we knew what to do together.
No, we didn't.
We didn't know.
Because it seemed like we were so on completely different just industries that it almost didn't make sense at the time. We were. You know,
No, we were.
So then once we brought the two together, it was magic, bro. Yeah, it's crazy.
Powerful team, man. Oh man. What strategies would you say you use to find that balance, whether it be business, like even just making things come together, whether it be in terms of your family and your business, or like what are ways you think you use to make things come together?
Man, for me,
what makes things come together?
Yeah, for me, you know, it's I got to see a vision. You know, I'm one of them individuals. First, I got to know where I'm going before I can build a map to get there. You know, and I feel like once I see or understand where I'm going, and one thing that I'm extremely blessed about is having a mind to see the visions. You know, and
I would agree. Yep.
So like even if you told me an idea, and you excited about it, I can get just as excited because I can see it. Yeah. And I even could even expand on it, like, oh man, and then we can do this and go that, you know. And for me, first I gotta see it, I gotta recognize it, and then once I recognize it, then we can start putting things together. Like, yo, this individual could help us with this, right. You know. Then of course I talk to my wife, like, yo, I got this other opportunity that's happening, so I'm gonna need your help, you know, with the kids, or I'm gonna need your help to, you know, do this or do that, you know, and you know. Because you have to let your wife or your person, you got to let your person know what moves you're making so that they can adjust. It's not fair to have an opportunity to want to do something and you leave them out in the dark, and now all of a sudden you got to go to work or you got to go to a meeting or you got to go out of town, and they know what you're doing, but they don't really know what you're doing. They don't have that understanding, and then you just expect them to continue to hold down your family, support you. And they don't know really what the story is. So I have that conversation with the wife, and then once she understands what it is, then, you know, now the family balance can start happening. Right. Because now when I call her and say, yo, I got to stay, I can't pick the kids up because, you know, I got to shoot downtown for this meeting, or I got this opportunity or this meeting I got to go do, or I got to go to New York or California or wherever I got to go, you know, to make this thing happen. And you know, she understands why. It's not a long conversation. It's not like oh my God, why you didn't tell me yesterday or 2 weeks ago? Because she understands. Sometimes you'll find out when I find out. I might get a call right now and say, I need you in New York tomorrow. I gotta go. For real. It happens. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Thank God it happens.
Thank God it happens. Yeah. You know, but she needs to know it happens. Right? So that's one strategy I use is to try to have the best, you know, communication as possible, you know, and I think if the communication is there with your wife, and then have the communication is there with your business partner, because your business partner at the same time have to understand and respect that you have a family, right? You know, so even certain meetings, hey, I need to change it, postpone it, or we need to do a Zoom because, you know, one of the kids is sick. You know, and I need to be here for the kids, and my wife, she might be, you know, at work or, you know, doing what she needs to do, you know. So, you know, sometimes scheduled things change. So that's just one of the things I do. What about you?
No, I heard. No, I'm gonna go back to what you were saying because that was dope. I heard write the vision, make it plain.
Write the vision, make it plain.
Write the vision, make it plain, and then in order for your spouse or your significant other to support it, they gotta know the vision too.
They gotta know the vision.
They gotta be a part of it.
They gotta be a part of it.
They gotta be a part of it.
You know, people sometimes want to separate their family and business, you know, and I agree with separating the two, but they have to have bridges.
Respecting the two.
Yeah, they have to have bridges. They have to. Yeah. They can't be disconnected. You know, they have to be connected in some form of fashion. Yeah. You know, everything that we do, we try to incorporate our families at some point. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think that's important. You know, even if it's like, yo, today our wives, our kids are taste testers. Right. You know, here's a new product. Yeah. What y'all think? Right. Or hey, here's a new. Or they might be, you know, help us in the Shark Tank, you know, help us mastermind through some different ideas. What y'all think about this? Right. You know, because sometimes you got to get those extra opinions to kind of validate, you know, what you already know or expect. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's important. You know, I think that's a true key. Yeah. Sure.
So for me, as you write the vision, I would add communicate the vision. Communicate.
You gotta communicate
with your even with your family and those that are close around you. If you got friends, the friends that are close around you that you know support you, that you know you can count on, or even just respect what you're doing. Yeah. Write the vision, and when the time is right with those people, communicate the vision. But obviously with you know, with your household, communicate the vision. I think that's key.
But real quick, I don't want to interrupt you, but when you communicate that vision, you got to make sure that those people that you communicate that vision with is already on the mindset of what you're on.
Right.
Because I don't want people to hear this and start telling people about their visions and their businesses, and then people start, planting negative seeds and that thing. So make sure you have your people first. You do not share your vision and you do not share your thoughts with everybody that you see. And that person could be your mama, your sister, your cousin.
Absolutely.
I mean, some of you guys even, unfortunately, it might be your husband or your wife, So you have to find that person that you can talk to that's going to support.
That can see your vision.
That can see your vision. You know, and then if your spouse is one of those people who just doesn't see it, you still got to communicate it with them.
Right.
But you got to figure out how to communicate it with them and kind of block out what they're going to say.
Yeah. Or even, you know what, with that, bro, I think about sometimes when you're passionate about something and you believe in it, you present it just like that.
Exactly.
In the way that you receive it.
Facts.
In the way that you understand it. But if you're dealing with a person that doesn't doesn't have that same mindset, flat out, or just most naturally, to me, sometimes you got to kind of point it toward that person, or find ways you can point it toward a way that they would understand.
Yeah.
Something that
get them involved.
Something that resonates with them. Get them involved in a way that they can see it, in a way that they can understand. And to your point, to be clear, right now I'm talking about a spouse. I'm talking about that person.
That person that you trust.
That you trust, that's really supposed to be rocking out with you. A lot of times with the family and the close friends, that comes into the play after the business is, started and running.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Big
what I mean.
facts.
Yeah, that's different. But again, I would say that's why I say communication is key, because no two people are alike. So
facts.
You might be crazy about, whatever vision you have, or whatever business you're thinking about doing, or whatever decisions you're making within the business that you already have.
Right.
Think about that. Think about that with our wives. It's things about our business that we communicate as best as we can, I feel. We always work on that continually. But it's directions that the business take.
Yeah.
My wife will say, "Hey, what y'all doing over here? What's the thought? You talked to me about that a couple weeks ago, or
so what happened?
What's happening with that? Oh, this is what we thinking. This is what we talking about. This is what we doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's still a way I think about it. It's a way, obviously, my business partner or partners may think about it, and then it's a way that I got to get it to resonate in my household. This is why I'm doing A, B, or C. So
for sure.
I just think trying to reach a person, when you're trying to get somebody on the same page with you in terms of that vision, you got to work on the ways to communicate it in a way that it'll resonate.
Man, I think that's a huge key and extremely important, man, because, having that strategy in place of how you tell a person, what you're going to do, because that conversation is also like, hey, just FYI, it might be a lot less money in this house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that conversation that you're telling your spouse ain't just, hey, we finna go make $1 billion and everything is good. It's not. Hey, we about to struggle for a couple months.
Process.
Hey,
it's a process.
We gonna have to sacrifice. You mentioned sacrifice earlier. We gonna have to sacrifice for the next couple of months, maybe even the next year.
Or or when you don't know, if we talking business, you don't even know.
You don't know
what the sacrifices are going to be,
exactly.
or when they're going to happen.
Exactly.
We've been in business, and I've looked up, and I thought things were great. I thought things was popping, and then it got dry.
It got dry out
of nowhere.
It happens. It happens, man. And it does not mean your company is not successful.
Exactly.
We have to also change the mindset of the definition of success.
What is it?
What is success? Success is not just, I'm making $1 million every month, and I'm big cars and houses and watches and rings, and my life is grand, and now I'm successful. No, success looks like a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Success is my company is doing well, is making money every day. That in itself is success. Mm-hmm. Even if it's making $500 a day. You know how many people cannot go make $500 a day? Even people with jobs.
Right.
It's people that just do not make $500 a day.
Yeah.
You know, and your company's making $500 a day. That does not mean you are. That's where the struggle comes in. That's where it comes. Even if your company's making $200 a day, hey, that's $200 that your company's making. Meaning you got to reinvest that back into your company. You got to buy inventory. You got to pay for shipping.
Right.
You got to, pay anyone you have working for you. You got to save a portion for taxes. Right? You got to, it's so much that comes with that money that you made that you cannot just, hey, I make $200 a day and, hey, I'm going to split it with the company. Company, you take 100, I take 100. You can't do that.
But even out the gate, bro, your business, this is me thinking, bro, your business should be about service, bro. It should be
100%.
about who you're serving. So that $200 a day, that $500 a day, that's connected to somebody that your business is serving.
Yeah, facts.
All right, do we want to make money? Do we want to be profitable? Do we want to scale out this world?
100%.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's the goal.
But it starts with service. It starts by
with
serving.
service.
Bro, when I think about the Black Bread Company, bro, you went in that grocery aisle
Yeah.
and you thought about your community. You thought about a community of people.
Oh, that's all I thought about.
Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't about, you didn't go in there, obviously, you didn't go in there to start a business.
And I ain't going there to make $1 million or $1 billion and all that.
You went in there because there was something you didn't see that you wanted to see for a particular group of people.
Exactly.
So that business, that's why we have mission statements. That business is surrounded around the mission of serving those people. The same reason you went to that grocery store. So that, to me, that's even the passion that keeps you going in business when it's been year 1, year 2, year 3, year 10, whether your business is physically profitable or not.
Yeah.
If you start with service, you'll be able to continue the journey, and it'll make sense. It'll make more sense. It'll resonate deeper in your household. It'll resonate deeper with your business partners. It'll resonate, deeper with those that invest or come along on a journey for your company, or those that support it, customers or consumers, whatever you call them. You know what I mean? It'll resonate deeper when it starts with serving somebody. Who are you? Who are you serving? What is the purpose? Is the purpose
I like
just
that. I like that because that's facts.
Is the purpose just for me to get a bag? It ain't nothing wrong with getting a bag.
Right, you got to get a bag.
Yeah, you got to. Hey, get in your bag.
Stay in your bag. Get in your bag. Stay in your bag.
But at the same time, I think sometimes we can kind of get lost in that, even in what we see, bro. We see when we see people in business and that picture of success that we draw up in our minds, which is cool. Have your own picture of success. That's fine. If it includes money, if it includes cars, if it includes houses, if it, whatever it includes is cool. But I think you can get lost by just targeting those things and focusing on those things versus focusing on what, who your business helps. Because what problems does your business solve?
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm saying,
and those things will come.
Those individuals, though, that community that you're serving is the same very community that's going to make sure that you're good. Right, so you don't focus on the money. You focus on the business, the people. Business is extremely relationship. You gotta have your relationships. You gotta be relatable. And you have to be able to put these pieces together, right? And when people come and focusing only on the money aspect, it's a lot of people out here who business failed that was successful, in my opinion. And what I mean by that was you might not be making the money because that's all you focusing on, but you had a brand, you had a product. Don't
start talking about the brands, man.
Yeah, bro.
I love it.
Brand is extremely extremely important.
It's a lifeline, bro.
You can have $1 billion brand and $3 in the bank.
Yep.
Listen, you can have $1 billion brand with $3 in the bank.
I've been there.
People give up on a brands and a business too soon because they don't have the money and the revenue that they was expecting to have, because that became the focus. To be make your product better, make your service better, think and be about the people, like you were stating, and continue to grow and educate yourself. I think sometimes we get into a business and after a while we feel like we're the professionals and we're the experts now, and you stop learning and you stop trying to learn and you stop trying to, because now you're the guy who know it all. You're the guy who people ask questions to. So now you feel like you straight. Nah, bro. Like, you have to learn every day.
Yep.
As I learn, I teach.
That's the best part, bro.
You know,
Like, learning every day is honestly the best part.
yes, that's the best part. You want to learn. You know, and I feel like that's one of those situations where, you know, as you talking about the brand, it's like, don't give up on your brand, and that's where you got to change success. What's success? You know, keep going. Now, hey, you might have to take a side job somewhere. Absolutely,
No problem. Yeah.
you know, hey, you might need to Uber on the side. Include that into your time. You might need to go pick up a side job. You know what I'm saying? By trade, I was a general contractor. You know, I did construction and things. It been times where, hey, even right now, if somebody need a kitchen or bathroom remodel, I'll come through that and I'll hook you up.
Plug. Y'all hear that?
You know, I mean, but it's
and you are great at it, my friend.
I appreciate it, man.
At it.
You know, but that's one of those situations. It's like, you cannot stop and allow the business to fall to pieces because of financial situations. You know, and you know, you have to continue to grow and push through it. If you're able to push through it and you're able to save it, then the future could be extremely bright.
Future is bright. Yo, be creative.
Oh my God.
Use your gifts. Use the skills that you have. Think outside of the box. If you want to live in the box, then keep living in the box. But if you want more, which a lot of us, we just want more, bro.
Come on.
Then use everything that you have.
Let's go.
Use what you have. I always say, bro, you have what you need. Use all you have. You know what I mean?
And talk about it. Listen, if you're an entrepreneur and you're not talking about your business to every person that you come across, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Talk about your business. I don't care what it is. You talk about that business. You figure out a way how to mention your business, your company. You know, when you go out and you having a drink, or you're out on the town, whatever you're doing, you meet somebody. Hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. Hey, by the way, here's my business card.
It's a lifestyle.
You know, it's a lifestyle.
Look, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Wear your brand. Put your brand on your chest. Put your brand on your head. You know, go outside. You know, have conversations about your business, because we can't always afford advertising.
Right.
Especially when you're starting off. You know, it's expensive to do even Facebook ads at times. It's expensive to do billboards and radio and TV and you know, newspapers and magazines and interviews. Like, sometimes that stuff can get expensive. Yeah. So you have to use word of mouth. That was like probably the first form of marketing and advertising ever in history. Is word of mouth. And sometimes, if that's all you have, go outside and talk to people.
It's valuable.
Yes.
It might be the only thing you have,
people.
but it's valuable.
Yeah. Let people know, yo, I have a service. If somebody say, hey, I'm having, you know, I'm having a wedding. You know, I just asked my wife, my fiance, to marry me, and you have a catering company, don't be afraid to say, hey, congratulations, but by the way, I have an amazing catering company.
Or a cleaning company.
Or a cleaning company. Yeah. You know, if you ever need my services, I can be there. Yo, exactly, I'm a DJ. But if people don't know what you're doing, or if you're not talking about it, even the immediate people that's around you, a lot of times we feel like you're good.
You don't say nothing. People think you're good.
You don't say nothing about your business.
That's true.
You're good. You must be good. I can imagine if you're around, you know, certain people that they're not talking about their business because their business is good. What they gonna talk about? They ain't not asking you to go support, because you ain't got no choice but to support.
Where they at?
So yeah, where they at? You know, talk about your business everywhere you go. I think that's extremely underrated, man.
Yeah. Back to that brand, though. I love it.
Back to the brand,
if
man.
If you don't have anything, man, you can build a brand.
Build a brand.
Build a brand. Wear the brand.
God.
Share the brand. I think there was a time for me. This is pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
PD. Pre-pand. No, PP. Whatever. And I was obviously, you know, working on the music. Yeah. Marketing, branding myself out here, doing, you know, traveling, doing
going
shows,
crazy, on TV,
doing the best I could, y'all.
Going crazy, getting signed.
Right, in my bag, right? So I just had a concept for a single, and I threw it on a T-shirt. The song was Love Music, simple song. So I just threw the word love on a T-shirt, bro.
Man, you had the city going crazy.
So look, I was like, you know what? I'm chilling, man. I'm gonna just get 100 T-shirts pressed up real quick, just to test it out. To me, that's my test. Get 100 pieces of whatever the material is, and just to test it out.
Yeah.
And I gave it away. I went online, and I was just like, yo, first 100 people reply.
That's game.
I'm giving away these shirts. I had the shirt on, made a video. First 100 people giving away these shirts. Sure enough, got the first 100 people quick. I'm like, okay, cool. It showed they showed interest. Cool. Got the shirts pressed up. Had them pressed up, of course. I was putting them in the mail back then. Actually, I had a couple dollars. I was putting them in the mail.
Yeah.
Sending the shirts. Cool. 100 people got the shirts. I said one request. My only request is that you obviously post the shirt, use whatever hashtags were at the time, and share the shirt. Now, of those 100 people, I remember the number, bro. I got 67 people.
Wow.
Actually did it. Wow. Out of the 100. So I'm like, okay, cool. That means the concept is pretty cool.
That's a large number, too.
100 people wanted the shirt.
Yeah.
Just a test. 100 people
sure.
did want the shirts. 67 people actually went through and did what I asked them to do. Now I got marketing material.
There you go.
Because I got a tribe now. I got 67 people. I got 67 posts, that I could start with.
Yeah.
Promoting my brand.
That's 67 reviews off of your first 100 shirts. That's 67 people who say, I rock with this brand. I love this brand. That's crazy when you even before day one, because you haven't even sold anything. So imagine before you even sell a product, you already have 67 reviews on this product. 67 people saying, hey, y'all need to go to this brand. Y'all need to go support this. I love this. And out of them 67, they have a following.
Right.
So now you're tapping into 67 people followings.
And no, bro, the data behind that is crazy. Side note, I did a campaign years ago again. There was a website, there was a service where you could use where, same example, if you get 100 people, if you get 100 people to share a particular message at the same time, you get permission from 100 people to say, at this time on this date, you can share this link on my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, so on and so forth. Got 100 people to sign up for that. That message went out to 1 million people.
That's crazy.
So the reach of 100 people at the time, I don't know what it is now, but the reach at the time was over 1 million people on all of those platforms. So to your point, having 67 people say, hey, I rock with this, I rock with that. How many people are seeing it on all of their Facebooks and their Instagrams and their Twitters, right?
Exactly.
But even with that story, bro, fast forward, I just did it to, like I said, test it out, just to see, do I have something? So for me, I would say that to people, just see what you have. Give it away. If nobody wanted it when you give it away, then you really know something. But give it away.
If you can't give it away, it might not be a good business.
Wear it yourself, show it yourself.
Exactly.
If it's a food product, do taste tests, do whatever you got to do for people to give honest, authentic, experience on.
Give it all and gain everything.
Hey,
giving is how you gain. It's a lot of people who start businesses, bro. And and they don't want to give the product away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to look at that as a marketing budget. That's an advertising budget that we all should be able to afford. I mean, you might not be able to afford to give away 100 pieces, but hey, give away 15. Give away 10. Give away 5. Give away 30. Just give away to somebody.
Give it to somebody so you can do a photo shoot. Whatever case, you give something.
Because you're going to give it to somebody, and somebody's going to see it on somebody else, and they're going to say, ooh, I like that.
I like that. I want that.
I want that. And now you just got to sell. So the price of your product for the price that you pay for it is the price of that marketing campaign.
Exactly. That's your marketing campaign. So, bro, so fast forward. Like I said, I was in a positive place financially. I was just testing it out, bro. No big deal. Wasn't even thinking about it. Just wanted to see if it would work. And that half of it worked. The second half is the pandemic hit.
2020.
I'm a singer, songwriter, recording artist. That's dead.
That was over.
Not going nowhere. 2020, can't go nowhere. Can't do none of that. But I remember I bought the next 100 shirts. I didn't even complete the mission. The whole mission is coming in the second half. But I remembered when the pandemic hit that I had another
100
shirts
sitting somewhere,
right?
Yeah.
So originally, I was supposed to give the 100 shirts away and begin selling the next 100 shirts.
Exactly.
Pandemic hit, and it just sparked that fire again. I'm like, okay, I gotta make some moves. Sure enough, I had the marketing material. I had the energy already. I had just given away 100 shirts. Now I'm out here, bro. Once I posted the 100 shirts to sell, took off.
Wow.
Because I had the 100 people behind me already.
Yep.
Bro, I'm in the pandemic moving, you know what I mean?
And making money in the pandemic. Why? Because you gave away your product. It's a lot of people that's not succeeding out here because you have a product and the first thing that you say is support me and buy. Yep. That's dope. And you know what? People should. Your friends should absolutely not expect anything free.
Oh, my goodness.
But because you do give it to a select people free, and I'm not even saying just your friends and family, like go out and give it to strangers.
Can we stop there, bro?
Yeah.
In business, man, we gotta stop starting with our family and friends.
Yes.
We gotta stop doing that, bro.
Yeah.
Like your business does not start or stop at your auntie and your cousin and you look at your family like, oh, this person didn't support my business, or see, I was trying to do this and my cousin didn't even come to my show.
That's a losing mindset.
It's like, bro, your business starts when you offer something that somebody else wants or needs.
Period.
You know what I mean? They either need it bad enough or they want it bad enough. That's where it starts. If nobody came to your concert, you got to work on something to get somebody you don't know.
Even with that, the truth of the matter is people is not buying your product because they want your product. They buying it because of you.
Right.
They want to support you. They fooling with you. It's certain people out here, we all have them, no matter what you sell. You can sell jelly beans in a jar.
Come on.
It does not matter. Whatever it is, somebody is going to buy it because you are the one who's selling them.
Right.
So you have to know that part of it.
Right.
People a lot of times focus a little too much on the product and not enough on the people who's actually going to buy the product, because the people who's going to support the product, they want to support you. So you cannot look at people saying like, hey, I decided to launch today, and on this day I expect you to buy something from me.
Right. Because
guess what? Everybody's pockets is not set up or designed to be able to support you when you want them to support you.
Yep.
People are going to support you when they can on their time. And it doesn't matter if it's your first cousin, your brother, your sister. If they can't buy your product until 6 months after you launch, give them the 6 months, bro.
Right.
Eventually, they're going to buy it. Eventually, they're going to buy it, bro.
You're looking for people that whatever your product or service is, it fits their lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might need to holler at a florist, have you said, if I'm planning a wedding, because I'm gonna need some flowers.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't need flowers every day.
You don't need them every day.
I might not be your number one customer.
Exactly. But there's somebody out here who, let's say, do need a florist every day. Right. For example, maybe it's a personal chef, and every time they cook, they always have a bouquet of flowers, what I'm saying, for their customer.
That's dope.
Which, hey, if you should probably use that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's free.
Right.
But but they have a bouquet of
especially
flowers.
like Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Yeah. But even think about it. If I hire a personal chef to cook for my family, and the dinner is prepared, it smells good, it looks good, the presentation is dope, and then on top of that, it's a beautiful bouquet of flowers in the middle of the table. Beautiful. Bro, I'm done. I'm hiring you every time.
Any given day.
It's the small, simple things. It's like I didn't order no flowers. I ain't asked for no flowers.
Right.
But my wife loves flowers.
Right.
So because
you love having flowers in the house.
Exactly. So if my wife loves flowers and all of a sudden she see fresh flowers, it's gonna make her feel good and happy. Yeah. And she gonna look at me like, you the man.
Yeah. So
hey, I'm hiring you every time.
Right. One thing that hit when you was talking about just what's behind your brand. I'm big. I know you are too, bro. I'm big on character.
Oh my God.
So even that, just the character behind your brand. I think now more than ever, as consumers, we look at what's behind that brand now more than ever. And I think that's going to continue to go up. You're not just like, we're not blind. We're not.
People are subscribing to people now.
Exactly.
People are not subscribing to big brands.
Exactly.
Like I can count on probably one hand how many people I know actually have cable.
Right.
Right? People don't want to subscribe to a one large conglomerate.
I got you to turn your cable off. I'm
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I'm like, why you still got
I'm over here
cable,
like,
bro?
man, dude, I'll just pay $300 for
My
this
cable
cable
went
bill.
out. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm like, he like, bro, you still got cable?
got cable?
I'm like, yeah, don't you got cable? You was talking to me last night while we was watching the game. And he like, bro.
I was streaming the game, dog.
He's like, bro, I stream all that stuff. I'm like, what? I'm like, you lying.
Come on, man.
Man, he put me on game, bro. Hey, let's just say.
And I ain't even outside like that. I ain't even
let's
crazy.
just say I
Yeah.
got rid of that $300 bill.
Bruh.
That's $300 in my pocket every month. I ain't gonna lie to
man.
you. But nowadays, people are subscribing to people.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, this is the first episode of Black Bread Show.
Let's go.
Powered by Black Bread University. You guys like us? You're gonna subscribe to us.
Right.
Right? You like, that's just what it is. People going to subscribe and listen to what they like and the people that they like.
Right.
If they not rocking with you, they going to unsubscribe. And that's fine too. We love you too because you always could come back.
Right.
You can leave for a little bit. You can test the waters elsewhere. But come on back whenever you get ready.
But leave us some feedback. So
But
we
yeah,
know
leave
what's
some
up.
feedback so
About
we
that.
can fix it, so we can see what's going on. And then, come on back.
That's a great point though. But yeah.
Nah, but that's crazy, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know we don't got that much time left, but last thought I have, is how important is being consistent? I think consistency is your business.
This man a preacher. I don't even know if he know it or not. This man is a
I'm
preacher.
just saying.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Like if we had to end our very first podcast, I think on this show today we had a ton of knowledge and information,
Mindset,
right? Mindset, vision, family, communication,
and now consistency. Okay.
and now to leave and end off with consistency, man.
Wow.
Tell us, Jamel, what do you feel about consistency and how important is it to have in your life, not just your business? You have to be consistent at home. You have to be consistent with your kids. You have to be consistent with your friends.
Right.
You have to be consistent with your business.
Yeah.
So just talk to me a little bit about
That
consistency.
that's a whole episode, bro.
It is.
But
we might have to do a part 2.
Yeah. First let me say this. I believe we all are consistent at something.
I like that.
And consistency is a great key. It's probably the major key to whatever we already even succeed at or want to succeed at. Me personally, I've had all kinds of experiences with consistency and even inconsistency, being consistently
Being
inconsistent.
consistent. Exactly. I got you.
So it's the major key because whatever we do consistently, that's what we're feeding. Whatever we feed is going to grow. Whatever we put in the dirt, put some water on it, let the sun shine on it, it's going to grow.
That's facts.
So for me, if I'm saying, obviously, if my family is important, my wife, my kids, extended family, if that's important to me, if my business is important to me, if my career is important to me, if my health is important to me, I'm actually naming things that are important to me, then obviously I need to be consistent at those things. I need to build on what are ways I can be consistent in all those things. Some of those things, honestly, kind of just come into play. I have to eat every day.
Right. No,
right?
That's facts.
Do I always eat healthy? No, but I have to eat every day. So part of being,
consistent,
it's going to come because I already got to eat. Now I just got to be conscious and forward thinking toward planning what I eat.
Yeah.
Like, so to me, a part of being consistent, you gotta put a plan together.
Intentional.
You got to be intentional. You
that's my word, man.
Intentionality. So whatever.
Be intentional.
Yeah. So I'll use my wife as an example. I just said it, bro. We got 2 kids, 2 small kids.
Yeah.
Got businesses going. Wife is working like crazy, balancing, taking care of family, this and that. I have to be intentional with my wife. Sometimes we look up and it's like, let's get these kids in the bed. Like for real,
right.
Tonight we gotta get them kids in the bed by
Tonight is
8
the night.
o'clock.
Yeah.
They gotta get in the bed 8 o'clock because we need to just have a moment, whether we watch a show, whatever the case is, you gotta be extremely intentional. Sometimes
That's
it's
so important.
let me make sure it's Wednesday. Let me make sure I call my mom tonight because I gotta take the wife out on Saturday. We gotta go out. We gotta do something.
You got to, man.
So being intentional. But going back to the consistency thing, I think it is absolutely the most important key to anything. Even in business, when I think about me, this is me being in marketing, branding. Yeah. I believe social media, of course, just that digital space being so key. I've seen and experienced the differences in even just being consistent in posting.
Right.
Like you say, sharing my brand.
Yep.
Or consistently running an ad, consistently building, different campaigns, staying focused, staying locked in. I've seen it work, and I've seen myself be inconsistent
and it failed.
And drop the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
And it failed. That's the failure when I stop. When I'm not being consistent, when I'm not doing I'm not doing what I can do.
Yeah.
But I've also seen being consistent in season and out of season and doing something and realizing, that time, that wave is gonna come. Yeah. It's not gonna come, the wave is gonna come, but I'm gonna miss it if I'm in the wrong place.
You're in the wrong place.
So being consistent keeps you in the right place. And if we talking business and a service or whatever your business provides, you definitely got to be consistent because
that's what people is buying.
Yeah,
they going to you for your consistency. They going to you because your product is going to be the same every time I come and get it.
Right.
Even for the most part, your pricing is going to be the same every time I come and get it. Every once in a while, maybe once a year, you go up on your prices as you should. Know your value. However, people want that consistency. If you're changing your prices every month, if you're changing every time I come to you, it's a different price, it's something different, that's that inconsistency, you're going to lose me as your customer. Not because I don't rock with you, not because I don't like your product, but because it's so inconsistent. It's a couple places I go get coffee from, and I know the price of that coffee every morning. I know what I'm going to spend at this Starbucks versus a Starbucks downtown versus a Starbucks in the suburbs. I know what my price is going to be.
And you going to Starbucks because you know what you're going to get.
And I go to Starbucks because I know what I'm going to get. And it took me a while to get on Starbucks. I ain't going to lie. I was a Dunkin' Donuts guy for a long time. I converted over. And Dunkin' Donuts, once again, hey, if y'all listening, I'm sorry, but y'all coffee is very inconsistent. One day you get a good cup. The next day, you be like, man, what is this?
Man, you got McDonald's coffee drinkers. You got Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts is the middle tier. It's the middle.
You got Starbucks drinkers.
So now I done converted over to Starbucks officially because of the consistency. For the most part, 8 out of 10 cups is the same. They're not perfect either, but 8 out of 10 is pretty the same. That's decent for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So man, that's crazy, man. Stay consistent.
That was good. I thought you had. I thought you had more for consistent, bro. You was going crazy.
Oh, I got so much for consistency.
You kicked it off.
I
ain't even passed the mic your way yet. That wasn't even. That was the intro.
I mean, because you know what? For me, man, consistency is literally who you are as a person. To me, consistency is a habit. So that shows me if you have good habits or bad habits. It shows me if I should invest energy or time into you or your brand or your product from the get-go. If I know who you are as a person, are you a consistent person? What you said everybody's consistent. But what are you consistent as doing? Are you consistently inconsistent? Are you consistently rude? Are you consistently selfish? Are you consistently giving? Who you are and what your brand represent has to always be that. If you're a hip-hop brand, be hip-hop. I don't necessarily want to come to a hip-hop brand and hear country music. I'm not saying that we can't do it, but I just want consistency with whatever it is that you are. And if you notice people who jumps around, a lot of times and they inconsistent, they're always going to have failures, and also in business, consistency puts you in a mindset of systems. It's hard to be consistent if you don't have systems in place. You have to become a systematic person and a systematic business. There's certain apps out here that you can use that help you with your time, with your scheduling, with your calendar. We have smartphones and we're not utilizing them properly. You know,
things need to be able to work without you
Yes.
physically doing it.
and use
That's
what
why
you pay
systems
for,
are
bro.
important.
You're not buying $1,000 iPhone to get on social media, to search and just be all playing in Facebook and social media all the time.
Yeah.
You buying that iPhone, and it's called a smartphone because it can help you with your day-to-day tasks and choice. If you're a forgetful person, I know a lot of times I forget certain things. I have to write it down on my phone.
Yeah.
I have to get a note. Certain things I need to know 24 hours because I might need to prepare.
I got calendars set up.
Yeah, that's what I got.
alerts.
Calendars, I got alerts. You know, even like the most precious things to me, I don't forget them. But like, my anniversary.
Yeah.
You know, my kids' birthdays, my wife's birthday.
I got a calendar set to pick my son up from school.
Exactly.
Why? Because I'm working.
Because you're
every day,
working, and sometimes
I need to hear that
sometimes
ping.
time,
Yeah.
it can get away from us, and you have to have a system. If you notice, people be like, I'm booked up for the next 3 months. I'm booked up for the year. Why? Because they have a system that says I don't have any time available.
Right.
Versus if they just all over the place, now they double booking, triple booking. You know what I'm saying? People is getting upset. Now their life is chaos because, I thought I was going to leave at 6. I ended up leaving at 9. You know, I'm
Right.
making more money, but now I'm losing more time with my family. You know, it has to be that balance. And I feel when you get in your mindset consistency, then you really start getting into your mindset what it takes, what systems do you need to put in place to keep you consistent. Everybody know and even love or hate McDonald's. They have their relationship with McDonald's, right? But McDonald's is consistent. They have, and it's probably one of the most systematic companies in the world. Right. And everything is perfect. Everything is systems for them. Yeah. You know, and that's why no matter if you go to one in California, one in New York, Texas, Chicago, it's going to be the same. So
Thanks.
With your business, if I purchase your business, if I'm in California, if I'm in New York, if I'm in Texas, if I'm in Atlanta, Chicago, it should be the same.
And that's facts. I hear facts.
And I hear facts.
I hear facts. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted you to keep going. That's all, bro. But
Nah, man, I got you, man.
I think we need to bring that consistency thing
I think consistency
back, man.
gonna
We need
be
to bring
something
that back.
throughout,
Bring that back.
this career that we got going on right now because it's too important.
Yeah.
And as this show grows, they're gonna see consistency in our action.
For sure.
You know, so that's it. Hey, man, you just did this first
First
show, man.
episode,
Congratulations,
the Black
bro.
Bread Show,
Hey.
powered by Black Bread University.
Hey, I would like everybody to go to blackbreaduniversity.com.
Yes.
You know, it's a ton of information on there. We do have some ebooks on there that can really help you with your company. If you're looking to brand, if you're looking to mastermind your business,
Yes.
if you're looking to scale and your business into profit, we have those books. I really advise you to go there, check them out. You know, and courtesy of this first show, you want to give them a little discount, man?
I mean, talk to the people.
You know.
I told you he a preacher, bro. He preaching. Keep
Hey,
preaching.
man, we right now, if you guys go to the show right now, man, we're going to give you a nice little discount for the ebooks. Go and check them out. Course is coming soon that you can check out the courses as well. You know, it's going to be life-changing. You know, if you want to go from where you are now to earning 6 figures a month and scale it beyond even to 7 figures a month, you have to check out our ebooks. You have to check out our courses. You know, it's going to get you to that next level. You know,
Level up.
and it's going to teach you how to be consistent as well.
Let's go.
Let's go, man.
Black Bread Show.
Black Bread Show.